We're live.
All right, we are live. Michael,
We're back, baby.
We're back. Michael Geary is here. Justin is excited at the moment.
The hell is this?
Yeah, he is.
Producer show, baby.
No, but
Yes.
Dave didn't do his usual
I was
thing.
pissed. I literally teased that I had a big opening, and Justin just.
He's supposed to go like, hey, you tell Karen Reed if she wants to see the inside of a jail cell, she call me back.
I know. I knew.
Oh, geez.
Well, I wanted to.
I didn't see you guys
Yeah,
here.
hold on.
Minifans?
I wanted to do normal intro and then segue into my conversation, but then excited Justin came out of nowhere and it threw me off.
Oh, you gotta get used to it.
You gotta get used
Excited
to it.
Justin's here. Producer show's back.
Producer show is back. All right, so Mike, this is just on my head, and I just have to get this out. We shit all over. Well, you shit all over the Smartless podcast the other day.
I don't know.
No, you shit all over.
we all
it.
remember.
It does suck.
And
yeah.
everyone has to, and I defended them, and I got a lot of credit for doing so, both publicly and privately.
Good.
But I do have to shit on them for a second, and it ties into news that I just saw before we did, before we went live here. Smartless launched a mobile phone, like a mobile telecom company. Did you see this? Like it's Smartless Mobile, just like what's his asshole name there, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, with Cricket?
The reason I'm bringing this up is because I just saw Trump did this. Like, why the fuck is everybody? It's just A, it's weird, and B, like, why are they doing it? You know what I'm saying?
There must be money in it.
Why is?
Yeah, I have a feeling that might be.
Why does like?
You know what? I think Justin stumbled on
Oh
something.
wow, you guys
I
are
think
brilliant.
I think
You guys
they're
are
making
brilliant.
money on this.
I get like podcasters or Ryan Whitney launching like a vodka brand for their podcast audience. Why are we launching like a mobile phone or a it's not even like the phones. It's not a device. It's the actual like service. Isn't that stupid? It's just fucking stupid. Would you sign up for would you ditch T-Mobile because Smartless offers Smartless Mobile?
If it's cheaper and just as good, why not?
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, my guess would be that someone saw the success of Mint Mobile with Ryan Reynolds.
They
and
Oh, that's what it was.
Sold
It
it.
wasn't Cricket.
and
Yeah,
said,
it
"Oh, it's
Yeah, but it's not like-
free marketing."
Yeah, but
I
Ryan
guess.
Reynolds didn't do like Ryan Reynolds Mobile.
Well,
It's its own like separate entity where you kind of believed for a moment that like I don't know the inner workings of a telecom company like that, but you kind of believed like he had his own towers or shit like that. This is clearly
I don't think it works. I think like you're able to.
It's funny
use
that
everybody's
other
using the
towers.
same things, right?
It's funny to think people are just turning this on, and this is what we're talking about.
Well, Trump just lost too. Trump just launched Trump Mobile, and I'm like, so everyone's just launching their own versions of T-Mobile now. Like
Yeah.
it's just fucking weird or whatever. So, all right, producer show is
I like that you
back.
directed that at me. Like I have.
I wanted
I'm
to
the,
shit on
I'm the
them.
mobile phone guy.
No, I was saying
Oh,
no.
Mike, you
This
and
is,
your-
we brought in an expert.
I was gonna make it more about Smartless. Like this is another example for you that like these guys suck.
Oh,
like
yes.
that's just a shitty,
Good.
stupid. I don't like that move.
Yeah, fuck
Personally,
them.
right? You don't even fucking.
You hear me,
care.
Bateman?
yeah. All right, let's get into the.
Do you remember that T-Mobile CEO who would like always give away stuff?
Yeah, Tim something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would do like.
I was actually thinking about this on the drive-in this morning. Like, he just like went away. Like,
Yeah, where is he now? He either resigned or he got
You were
fired.
thinking
I
about that
forgot.
this morning?
Yeah, Slow Cooker
I was.
Thursdays. Is that
Where
what
is
you're
he?
talking
Yes,
about?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like he would give away like gift cards or something.
Yeah, I never did that. That was on Tuesdays, right? Inside the mobile app.
I've never had. I've had Verizon my entire life.
Oh, I switched to T-Mobile
Oh.
at one point. Yeah, they were hip and cool, so I switched to them. At some point.
You guys really stretch your wings on the producer
We
show.
really do. We were always said, we're going to do outside topics every now and
This is
then.
where you really get to fly.
All right. So obviously, no Kirk Minahan show today. Kirk is traveling. He is in the dozen. But tomorrow, what, 4:45?
4:45. He
Yep.
takes on 4:45 Eastern time.
Yep.
He takes on Frank and the Frankettes. So Nick, KB, and Frank the Tank. And then let me see. I wrote it down. It depends on. So if he wins or loses, they will play Wednesday against either the Booze Ponies or Up Down Balls, depending on who wins and loses.
Right.
And
Double
so-
elimination, right?
Yes. So then if he doesn't win or lose both the first and second game, he'll play another game on.
If he doesn't win or lose the first and second game,
I was I was thinking in my head too.
I can't follow that.
So if he doesn't get swept or sweep, he will play again on Thursday.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
But we
got
don't
it.
know against who, and it's all. So.
Right. And then next week, so we don't know. He said he may or may not do shows from Chicago. He hasn't told us yet, or this
Yep.
has told you. We don't know yet if anything's happened. We will update you on Twitter, of course, if that's going to happen, if we hear anything from him. But we don't know anything as of now. So obviously over the weekend, we saw Rico with some tweets and then Kirk responding. Rico with the Robbie Burger tweet just out of nowhere was not a pleasant sight, Michael.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But was Rico doing that on purpose, or does he even know that that's...
Rico is doing that on purpose.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I
there's
just
no
don't know
way.
if Rico's so out to lunch that he doesn't even realize.
I don't think anyone's
you know?
interacted with Robbie Berger before any of this came up outside of the foreplay guys.
So Robbie Berger has a tweet where he says robe and hat is a bad sign. He's talking about how if you're wearing a robe and a hat, it doesn't look great. Rico says, quote tweets and goes, "Have a day, Robbie. Always a big fan."
I guess.
Yep.
When I hear it back, I guess that makes sense.
And that's Robbie Berger's unique saying, by the way. Have a day for those guys. That's like his. Yeah, they have hats and merch like that. It's very unique.
And then so Kirk retweets that, but he also retweets Jeff Nadeau saying Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
I
out
saw
there.
that.
Yeah, that was.
Kirk
funny.
says, "Thanks, Jeff. On your side always."
It's rare you see Kirk use multiple exclamation points.
Yes. He was excited. So from the basketball standpoint, you might have a little bit of update because I think some stuff transpired in the group chat, but we did see the tweets from Pat, Rico a little bit yesterday. They've been practicing today at 9:00.
Yep, they
Monday
said-
morning, the normal practice time for them.
Pat says he's on his way to a practice at 9 a.m. in Brooklyn.
Yep.
It's apparently he's complaining about traffic or something like that.
Right.
That's all they do, those people, apparently.
Who'd have guessed? New York City has traffic.
Yes.
But yeah, no, the KMS basketball team is strong right now. In the group chat, there were talks of I know Kirk said we're going to take a couple of weeks off before we start getting into the practices and stuff like that. The team group chat said, "Kirk, we're putting together our own
Mixing that.
practices.
Yep.
We're taking this as seriously
Love
as
to see
anyone
that.
can take anything." And there is a practice. I don't know if it's open to the public yet or anything like this, so I don't want to announce anything.
Okay. Yep.
But yes, there is a practice schedule.
Primarily, everyone on the team seems to be taking some personal accountability here and doing things on their own. Like, was that Beanbag Ron who was tweeting out pictures? He was in some 5K, so he's in training
He
mode.
was in the jersey.
Matt from Providence, who was in studio the other day, he was great. He was at a basketball court, I believe, yesterday morning, right? Was he at a
Yes.
court? Yeah. So I don't know. But either way, all that is it's starting back up. We're seeing New York's kind of start playing into the storylines and things like that. Rico seems into it. I saw that tweet from Marty Mush that he sent a note to Marty Mush's table. Did you see that tweet over the weekend?
The note.
Yeah, it was like, what'd you do to get better today at the restaurant or something like that?
Sitting at dinner at
Yeah.
Carbone as I get this letter delivered to my table. This is from Rico Bosco, and it says,
That was pretty much it. He was just like,
KMS
Rico was
30,
basically
NYC
sending the tone.
26.
Yeah.
Did you get better today?
Yeah. So there all seems to be talking about it. I saw that clip too. I think Mikey Grabbag found that one, the one of Jet Ski on that Barstool Breakdown podcast.
Yep.
Where he was kind of bitching about the refs again, which, by the way, that ref he's a KMS guy, so he's a Minifan. I won't talk. He is a madman of a human being, that ref.
Is that right?
He's an absolute madman to the point where I think they should pick, he's got to stay. Maybe a 1-on-1 situation would be great. If he stayed and then they brought in another guy.
So that's not the same one that messaged Rico and said I was rooting.
No,
No,
this
it
is
was.
the same
It
one.
was,
He's-
yes.
Oh, it
he's-
is?
Yeah, but he was like, no, I was just mad that I didn't make the team.
Okay.
And then he's going off, and literally I'm just responding back just so you know, this, you say you're a listener. It seems like you're going a little overboard here, pal. If you're taking this personal, and he's just all over the place. So.
I used to say that where it's like maybe they don't really listen to the show, but then so many people react like that you're like, I guess it's just
It's all the time.
Yeah.
it's all the time.
Yeah.
So basketball kicking up. By the way, you said you brought up you in the past. I thought you yesterday on your podcast, you handled that Portnoy stuff the whole breakdown, very calmly and casually. And
Well, to be fair, some of that is because then maybe Kirk will bring it up to Dave, and Dave will go, fuck him. And I'll go, you can watch this if you want. I don't think I was that crazy.
It's very thorough in the explanations, and you went into the history. You were very
But that is
calm.
true. I don't really have a problem with him. I haven't spoken to him in 3.5 years. I don't know why my name keeps coming
Right.
up. So I thought it was just interesting to do a breakdown of it because I said on there, even if you started listening to KMS 3.5 years ago, you might not know any of that.
Right,
Yes.
right.
You know what I mean?
So for those of you that don't know or don't listen to BMP, a Blind Mike Project,
Hey,
Mike
thanks.
on
Justin knows the shorthand.
Yeah,
on his show yesterday did about what was it, 30, 40 minutes, kind of just
Yeah,
breaking
30,
down
35.
It was kind of like you said it on your show, but it was kind of like a why are you laughing?
Yeah.
Kind of.
More we weren't making fun of the clips or anything. It was just here's the history of it.
Yeah, because those
Just so you
guys,
know.
those guys asked you if you'd ever do a "Why are you laughing" on yourself, and that was to your point.
I think it'd
That
be-
would have made up a good portion of it.
Yeah.
I think
It'd be
is
very
what you were
silly
trying
to
to
do
say.
much more than that, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Mike had some other content last week that kind of hurt my feelings.
what was that?
It was I was listening to Who Are These Socials?
Mhm.
and he had an entire segment where he was just shitting on people who are too fat to go on roller coasters. Him and Carl.
That's Carl's thing. I don't know if Carl knows how fat I am. So, like, I just go along with it, and I'm like, yeah, these fucking fatzos, huh? Like, I don't think he knows, like, I'm also, I'm a meaty boy myself.
Wait, because you're a meaty boy, he can't make fun of fat people?
Oh, he's allowed to. But I don't think he gets the irony of me being like, yeah, look at these pigs, Carl.
But is he referencing, Justin, was he just referencing, like, overly obese?
No, there's specific Disney influencers that, like, make reviews of roller coasters, and they're like, here are the good ones for 5X gals. And shit like that.
Assistance in order to use it. The ride vehicle here is very similar to...
This is hilarious. So
we're playing the clip of
similar
us.
to
I thought we were just playing the Disney
We'll
clip.
have a little box and you put your luggage in.
What is this? What are we doing?
Just rip my heart out. Mike just laughing along, going, "Oh, I actually know a fatty who can't get on some roller coasters."
I've never said that.
Oh, you should see this one fat guy who
Why,
drives me around.
have you ever said that you weren't able to get on a roller coaster?
Yes, I've said this
said that.
multiple times.
Which ones?
Oh, when I went to
Can't remember.
Canopy, I couldn't get on Yankee Cannonball.
Okay.
It was very sad. Then when I went to Universal, I couldn't do the Harry
that's
Potter.
right.
Is that literally shut down, or is that it's just uncomfortable for you?
What do you mean shut down?
Like they would not allow
get
your
outta here.
size.
they say maybe do a couple
Grab you by the
laps.
scruff of the neck.
Maybe do a couple laps. No, it's the thing can't click.
Can't click.
It
that
sucks.
does
Yeah,
suck.
it's very depressing.
That does suck.
But I'm glad Mike gets
I did say on there, I was like,
hoo-has.
can't you just make them bigger, you know?
That is that's what I said. It is America in 2025.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right. Speaking of America 2025, did you guys have those Trump protests going on in your neck of the woods this
I
weekend?
didn't
I know
see
you
any.
mentioned it last week on the show.
I didn't. It was also like raining out, so I think like people don't like to protest as much when it's raining.
Walpole, Massachusetts. Well, Walpole.
I don't
didn't
protest in the rain.
It's very true. I
It
think,
wasn't crazy rain this weekend, was it? It was like light, right?
yeah, but it wasn't nice out. Like people like to
Yeah.
protest in the summer.
Yeah,
like where it's like there's not a lot of protests going on in. Well, I guess there was January 6th, but
Yeah.
like February in the middle of the winter.
Right in the heart of downtown Walpole, Massachusetts. Those No King signs were everywhere, but then it was probably 60-40, the No Kings people, but then the Trump people showed up and literally are getting in each other's faces. It was pretty fucking crazy.
Really?
Like, so I got to imagine if it's happening in Walpole, that's the scene, wherever around the country that a certain amount of Trump supporters also showed up. So it had to be going all over the country. So I didn't read too many headlines of like chaos with that stuff. So it must have been handled to some degree. I don't know. I saw a lot of people jawing at each other.
It seems exciting.
Yeah.
I saw some clips of some people going back and forth, but the main thing was the whole like Minnesota guy who shot those two lawmakers.
Right.
And everything going on with that, and I just wanted to hear Mike's take on that, on the political
He
violence.
did?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Is Tim Walz to blame? Is blood on his hands, Mike? Go.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely.
Mike's fired up today.
Those liberal pussies. I didn't think we'd be talking
Yeah,
about this.
I knew I could get you fired up with that smartless early start. I knew I could do that.
I don't think I would have guessed half the topics we brought up.
All right, can we lighten it up a little bit? Can we play? David and Marilyn just tweeted this out, which is great. He's great going into the DDTG. Is that right?
Davey Day Trader Global.
Whatever. He's great at going to that chat and getting Portnoy to respond to comments. This was his latest.
Well, you just got to say one word. And it
Yeah,
catches
right.
his
Yeah,
eye.
that's true. It's one.
This or blind Mike.
And they're very different responses, as we'll hear.
Yeah.
David and Maryland. Dave, any comment on the Mutt Stack subscribers who have to wait until Friday to hear the Devers trade news? Was Mutt Stack come out once a week? It's a problem in the internet age. Tough to come out with a newsletter.
That's the best part.
That's just raw enjoyment. Like him thinking about Mutt, sitting at home typing that newsletter. And that's just a man like in his glory, hearing that and thinking
I hate
about
to
it.
say it, but it kind of makes a good point. Big trade on Sunday night.
It is crazy that so Mutt's going to wait. Will he do like a video?
Well, he was tweeting about it. I don't know if he'll do
whoop.
like four. No, I know, but his people.
What the hell am I subscribed for?
Hopefully, his people who are subscribed to him are also following him on other platforms. He was tweeting about the trade. I don't know if he sent out a notice about it or anything like that. I didn't see it coming.
Right, but if you're doing the Mutt stack,
He just
why are you
tweets
so critical of Mutt all of a sudden? There's nothing.
I'm not so critical of him. This is just accurate.
This is his format.
Mike, he's really really taken to Twitter. He just tweets out a picture of Kirk with his eyes wide open. Quote tweets the news of the trade breaking, and then he says,
Good, that'll satiate Red Sox fans.
Yes.
"This all stems back to Breslow not communicating with Devers after the Bregman deal. Just brutal."
Oh,
So
Well, in fairness, his newsletter isn't exactly like a. I'm just going
Breaking
to write about
news.
breaking news.
Obviously.
Sports. No, but like I always actually I still don't really know like what his specific angle is with the newsletter.
He makes 3 points and calls it 4 and submits it at 11:30.
When he comes on the show, it feels like he wants to like point out all kind of like the media side of the sports news. Right?
Yeah, that's definitely his favorite stuff.
Right. So that's probably his rationalization of like, I don't have to go do a newsletter tonight about the biggest story going on in Boston sports right now. I have to wait to see like how it all played out from the media perspective, I think. And that takes a few days sometimes.
But what I don't know enough about how like Substack works. I imagine you can just post whenever you want. Right?
Yes,
I have
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patreon or whatever.
you can also like monetize. You can also have it kind of be like Patreon.
Yeah,
where you
yeah,
have
yeah.
something
What's free,
behind a
what's
paywall.
not.
So why not like if he wants to write and maybe doesn't want to write about it, but if he wants to write about the Devers thing, he could have done it last night and posted it, right? And that could be totally separate.
He
then he
absolutely
could
could.
could do a week wrap up on the newsletter.
Yes,
Mike Mutnansky could do whatever the fuck he wants. To be
I
completely
know there's a
honest.
certain point every time this conversation comes up. There's a certain point you realize it's like, well, we can't change him.
We've said it.
Well, he does. He'll have like sometimes he'll have like a Belmont preview up on
Right.
which is separate from the regular
Right.
Mutt Stack. Or,
Yes.
Or have
But
like
is
a-
that is it just horse racing or is it like the Devers trade would be a big one?
Would be something that would fit that mold. Yes,
Yeah.
it does seem that his his additional content seems to mostly be centered around horse racing.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe just that's what he likes. I guess.
Speaking of Mutt, by the way, do we have any type? I guess we wouldn't have it unless it's our source Jeff D. Lowe or Kirk with the people he knows. Do we know if Mutt actually submitted the application last night or not on Father's Day?
I mean, you like to pray that he did. You just like to like.
He said he was. You got to trust.
You got to assume because
said he
he
was.
didn't seem panicked when you guys called him on Friday.
No, why
He
would he
didn't-
be?
he
It's
didn't
not
s-
like all the best candidates haven't already subscribed 3 weeks or applied 3 weeks ago.
But he didn't seem like, oh fuck, yeah, I got to do that. Like he seemed like he had a plan.
Right.
That could be bullshit. But
Right,
He,
right.
he seemed like he had a plan.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to know somebody high up there because I think it was Menners, and we said it on the show the other day, but I mean, everybody who is applying for that job has like a reel ready to go. Do you know what I mean? Like typically that's their craft. PA announcing is a different skill set than a play-by-play guy.
Well, he could revolutionize PA announcing in a way because he's so he's a radio guy
Yes.
coming in to break the doors down in the
Yes.
industry, do it totally differently than guys that have come before him.
Right, that's
So I
true.
think that's an interesting angle.
That's true. So we don't have confirmation on that, but I'm hoping we get it this week. I don't know.
I would hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
you think he would have tweeted out like submitted or something, get some.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do that though.
No, it would have been nice if he did that, but
He wants you. Mutt, I think Mutt likes you to work for his. Like we got what Mutt? Did you submit? And he's like, I don't know. Did I? And you're gonna go. Come on, you son of a bitch.
oh, good God. All right. Well, we do have, we did this on Friday, by the way. If you're a fan of the case out there, I know this isn't a case recap podcast, but there was an update episode submitted on Friday because there was new Sandra Birchmore news. So that is live on YouTube and every podcasting platform if you want to go check that out. And then Kirk also in that episode provided just kind of some thoughts in terms of where his head's going for season 3 and what's happened versus what's happening and things like that. So go check that out. Anything else you want to touch on, Justin?
I mean, well, here's a question for you with the big Devers trade
Yep.
that seems to have rocked Boston. I can't think. Can you ever think of a trade that like actually like shook you that you were like sad about, legitimately sad about?
Well, for me, it was the hockey one. It was the Joe Thornton one when I like cared passionately about sports.
Yeah, I don't know that I was sad,
Yeah.
but like Nomar was crazy.
Nomar,
when I was
Nomar
young.
was nuts.
I cried. I was crying, and I was watching. My aunt was over my house.
Sports crying is the best.
I was
That's
also
a great
I was
cry.
also in like 3rd grade or 4th grade. And I remember he hit a grand slam like earlier in the year, and I was like, "How do you trade someone who hit a grand slam?" that was like my big thing. Like
good
it's
analysis.
the best thing you can do in baseball.
It's the grand slam.
And I watched Nesson used to have. I don't know if they still do it, but they would have like 15-minute loops
Oh yeah.
of just. And I watched like 7 in a row. My aunt was like, "Can we watch something else?" And I was like, maybe one more time, one more loop of, because I kept thinking that maybe he would
I don't know. Do you think it's just like an overall societal thing that like kids aren't, or is it just that the Red Sox haven't had a player like this in a while? But I just don't feel like little kids are as tied into like the Boston sports teams athletes as we were growing up.
Doesn't
Am I
seem
wrong
like,
about
but
that?
I also don't know any little kid.
Right,
You
yeah.
might know better than me.
Right.
Oh, I
have no
know.
idea.
Yeah, they like Jason Tatum.
Yeah, they do like Jason Tatum. I don't know, I don't see anyone really like in the past few years. A ton of people like rocking Marshawn T-shirts. I know you can't not wearing a
No,
hockey
basketball
jersey.
is
Basketball seems to be different. That's
cooler
right.
than like baseball was like kind of cool when we were kids.
Right, everybody had the Red Sox
At least around here.
T-shirt with Ramirez on the
Yeah.
back or something like that.
But I don't know if I don't even know if football is like that
Maybe-
for kids anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you see a couple people with like May jerseys on,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
nothing really.
yeah. I don't know. It seems like almost like the internet, the adults are more into that world. It's like, especially this weekend, you guys aren't necessarily hockey guys, but like people were losing their mind on how Brad Marchand is like the best player in the playoffs right now, and the Bruins got rid of him for, I'm not gonna say nothing, but it feels that
Don't
way
they get a
anyway.
first round pick now?
Yeah,
they
no,
made-
there's nothing. I mean, not to give like a hockey take, but there was really nothing they could do. He was leaving on an expiring contract regardless. They're not going to pay him the money, so you get something for him. That's the end of that, but it is what it is. So I'm trying to think of what else.
I have a question for Justin.
hit me with
If
it.
we can spice this thing, because I haven't talked to you about this at all, and it didn't. I was expecting it to come up on the show, and it really didn't. Can you take me through the roller coaster of emotions where you hating Kirk the way you did
Wasn't
a couple
hating.
weeks ago? Well, you know what I
We're
mean.
in such a
But
good
that-
place right now,
that-
Mike. I don't know why.
I'm
are you?
just curious
What's this
about it.
Kirk impression
He's
that
trying
you're
to-
doing right now?
He's trying
What
to
is,
do a
what's
bomb
happening?
before
Is
he
this a
leaves.
bad thing?
Real cool, Mike.
Is this a bad thing to ask?
Wow, why don't you go on the network and bash the producers, Mike?
This is not bashing. I mean, I think a lot of people are probably curious. No,
Yeah, it was just one of those things where it was just something clicked in my brain during one of the times he was yelling at me a couple weeks ago, where I was just like, oh, I don't respect him. But then it came back, we talked, and
was it literally just the Mick thing, or was there other stuff?
it was a combination of a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a pretty fucked up guy, so my brain my brain is very silly sometimes.
Okay.
But no, it's like we talked it out, explained it, and
Because I was legitimately, I'm not shitting on you as Dave thinks I am, but I was legitimately shocked
Sure,
by it when I
everyone
was
will.
listening to it.
yeah, it was also one of those things where, like, looking back, like, I shouldn't have said the loyalty thing. I mentioned this.
Well, I think you just confused it. You lumped it into whatever you were feeling that moment, but you obviously know that it's a loyal action to keep
course,
people
absolutely.
around after 29K and shit like that.
Absolutely.
I think you just lumped it into everything at that
Absolutely.
time. Yeah. So,
I'm an emotional guy, and sometimes
did you get what you fucking wanted, Mike? Is that what you
My
wanted?
emotions get the best of me.
I didn't think that was crazy.
He's doing great right now. They just won a huge basketball game.
yeah, I thought he
You
could.
know?
That's why I thought he could answer it like a normal person.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my end in terms of Minifan related stuff. You got anything else, Justin?
You see in terms of Minifan related
Yep.
stuff. Yeah. You see Kirk Herbstreit was tweeting out that his dog is wishing everyone a happy birthday.
I did see that. I know.
Was it like this before?
I'm sure it was.
Before
and we-
Ben died.
I'm sure it was, and we just like didn't notice it
Yeah.
at that time.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Because now, like, and you're probably right, because people send it to, like, now I see it all the time, where it's like all this dog stuff.
Yeah.
Where it seems like because Ben died, he snapped or
The
something.
internet loves dogs, though. I kind of like partially understand it, and that's like where he gets probably the most, outside of us laughing about it and shitting all over it. He probably gets like the most positive feedback when he tweets about his dogs, versus like if he's giving some
I don't
kind of.
think Kirk Herbstreit is an incredibly like, trolled guy. Like,
I don't know, but
fuck you.
No, but you're getting sports teams. Like if he's picking against your team, he's probably getting trolled a decent amount on the internet.
I get
I don't
it.
know. I'm
I
just
just
saying,
don't
like that's
follow
a
enough, I
like you
guess.
can never really lose posting about animals on the internet. Like
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, so he tweets yesterday. He goes, "Big Pete wishing all the dads a happy Father's Day as well." And it's just a picture of
classy by Pete.
of Pete Herbstreit with his tongue out. Very adorable.
That is
picture.
nice of Pete, if you think about it. It's an admirable quality that he
And
has.
someone responds. Let me see. This is Jerko Lantern responds. Kirk, why do you have a childlike obsession with dogs? It's Father's Day. You have children, but you're still doing this strange dog bit. You're like 50.
I think that's a legitimately fair point.
Do you think that? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people on the internet, but
And-
I feel like that person probably saw the momentum that Kirk started on this show to bash Kirk Herbstreit.
I've never
for
heard
this.
anywhere else make fun of it.
Right,
So, yeah.
exactly. Now all of a sudden you just click it and you see a bunch of shit.
To be fair, Jerko Lantern does follow the show.
Okay,
So-
so there you go.
Yeah, there
So-
you go. That makes sense.
And then so Kirk Herbstreit just quote tweets this and just says, "Poor fella." He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get us dog.
He
people.
doesn't get the dogs.
Yeah.
Right. I got you.
That poor guy.
Well, I do want to say congratulations to Chase Cullinane, who graduated pre-K on Friday. It was an emotional day for me. It was a roller coaster.
Get up on that stage.
It was fantastic to watch, and he's been through a lot in the last couple of weeks, just emotionally. So for him to pull
his
that
father
off,
humiliating him publicly.
well, it's just
Now, do you frame that? Do you get like a little diploma?
it's on the fridge. And they came out in a hat and gown, so yeah, I cried.
It's
a
on the
little bit.
fridge in case he's a bad boy. So Dave can tear it down.
Oh God. So yes, but besides that,
Oh, I had a question about that too. So I don't know if we talked about it on the show. So your way of parenting was that way. Kirk's obviously talked about how he's super like gentle with his kids and everything like that. But like, so Kirk has said he goes super gentle on his kids because of how, you know, his father was with him. How did your father, like, if you
What was Big Jack
if
like?
you called Big Jack's friend fat, what would he have done?
what would Big Jack have done? It never typically got to Big Jack. Like my mom was such a what?
We kept parenting off his desk.
He just blocks it off. Like,
Are you gonna let me finish? No, my mom was that mom who would like never want to like let my dad know that we did bad things. Like she
They were
would
perfect again today.
Yeah. Like when I remember like I got driven home by the cops in high school and my mom answered the door and her first comment was like, I don't know how I'm going to keep this away from dad. Like that
What
was
did you
her
do?
comment. It was just like a party that we were drinking at or whatever. And the
Oh,
cops drove.
so you
I
were
just
in
mean,
trouble.
but that was like her mentality my entire life was like she just wanted to, not that like he would have done anything crazy, but like that was her mentality. So I don't remember too many moments where like he reprimanded me. He would do that thing that I would talk to you guys about. He would take off his belt and just like snap it together.
take it to a
It
face.
seemed like people recognize that, like, you know, when the sound
Yeah.
the belt makes, and that somebody did bring up a good point. They're like, Chase is gonna remember. I don't believe this, but they said Chase is gonna remember you ripping that up in his face for the rest of his life. I
Based
don't
on
think,
how you described it, I bet he would.
yeah, I don't think he will. However, I'm never gonna forget the belt thing. But I was way older than 5 when I first
6.
realized something. Yeah, probably. But he's not gonna remember that.
Poor Big Jack has lived in the Truman Show.
If Chase was, hold on.
Big Jack has not lived a life. When he comes home every day, whistle, "Hi, honey.
chopping wood in the back.
How are the kids today? Perfect as always." Yes. And then one day, this little shit walks into his house and goes, "Hey, fatso, what's happening?" And he's like, "What is this? My world has come crumbling down."
I would say the best defense I have that he will never remember that moment is he drew me a picture for Father's Day. So I didn't traumatize him. He's still doing the same thing.
He needs to appease you. He's like, "I better make this guy happy."
Rip this one up next time.
So yes, but
What did he draw you?
he drew.
Did he draw you?
A devil.
He drew-
devil tearing up paper.
He drew me and him. He drew me and him. He drew Sonic big in the background.
Hell
And
yeah.
it was a very nice picture by Chase. He's a talented artist. So, yeah. So, all right, fellas. Anything else you want to hit?
Let's see here. You interested in either you guys John Wick fans?
No, but
Not
I love
particularly.
Anna de Armas.
You'll see the ballerina movie.
I will. I'll see it when it comes, probably on like the streaming services or what. I won't go to the movies to see it. But
Oh, that's
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah, I don't think it did that well, did it?
I don't think so. Let me see.
Yeah.
Box office mojo.
That reminds me of that clip that you played before the show because Anna de Armas is rumored to be fucking Tom Cruise. Did you know this?
Oh yes, there's
Yeah.
a funny Father's Day
Yeah.
clip that I like.
You brought this up like before the show to me.
I love
like,
this. I've
weeks
brought
ago,
this
but-
up multiple times.
Yeah.
It's just someone's interviewing Tom Cruise before the new Mission Impossible movie and asks him what's his favorite. What are his plans for Father's Day?
What a stretch of a question, by the way. Father's Day was not that much around the corner when this interview happened.
It had to be what, a month ago?
Yeah, this was May 20th.
Father's Day's right around the corner. It's like, I guess.
Also, got to ask, Father's Day is just around the corner. What would an ideal Father's Day look like for you?
Hey, just having fun, man. Making movies, big adventure, having a great time.
Why can't he be normal?
Because he's a robot. That's not a human being.
Yeah, I
That's
also don't think he has a great relationship with his kids. So kind of asking someone that who is very publicly does not have a good relationship.
Big stuff. Oh man, adventure.
Oh God, I'd love to just be making movies by myself, away from my family.
Is that just who he is? Like, remember when he first met, obviously the classic like Oprah scene, and he just like he was being so overly dramatic about like love.
I think he imagines how a human would react to these questions.
Right. And so now he's just like fully committed into like replace all that other stuff, replace like the love reaction, and just make it I'm only the movie guy. Like that's it. I'm the movie savior guy because that's such an absurd. But when you don't talk to your kids, I don't know how else you answer that question.
Ooh, yeah, Ballerina only did 9.4 million this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think it did. Yeah.
Got crushed by How to Train
But
Your
it came out
Dragon.
last weekend, right? So that's the second weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
There's another How to Train Your Dragon.
it's a live action remake, I believe.
Oh, good.
It's like a lot. Well, obviously, it's
I was
not,
hoping.
it's not like real dragons and stuff like that. But
I understand.
It's like The Lion King.
Yeah. I got you.
I was telling Mike before when you were setting that thing up. There's a clip of I think I put, if you want to put it, it might be an audition. I want to hear what Mike's reaction to this is. But Jay Glazer was on with Julian Edelman, and they were talking about Deflategate. I just want to see if I was overreacting to this. But Mr. Scoopage himself was being like, yeah, see the mark. Is there a marker on it?
Yes.
Yeah. See if they go to the marker spot because he's talking about when he reported on Deflategate.
And they're like, you fucking did this on purpose. You did. And it actually couldn't have come at a worse time of when I broke that story. Because I was actually with a girl. And this came in. It was the first time being with her. I was like, oh, I got to go. You know about the whole Deflategate? She's like, no, but I know about deflating.
It's such a fucking.
Oh, you dog.
Has to be. Just
So I
has.
told
Why are these
guys?
guys always fucking when they're breaking news? Schefter was doing that.
Oh, that's right. The chef. Yeah, when you said that earlier, I was like, oh, I forgot. I couldn't remember what.
They're
it
like, guys, just so you know, I am constantly
fuck.
inside of a woman.
was.
And that's how passionate I am about breaking stories.
Just fucking. All right, I'm good on my end. You good? You got anything, Mike, that you want to besides throwing Justin under the bus? What?
Unless you want to bring up Dave very casually just had to go to the bathroom before the show.
Oh God.
And Dave, who's known me for 6 years, could just make a normal conversation with me.
No, hold on. Don't make me sound like an asshole. That is my normal conversation.
He just goes, what do you think they make these inflatable castles out of? And I go, what?
That was not conversation starter. That was not a.
The jumping
bounce houses,
Yeah.
but they're like big. They're they're like mansions.
Yeah, because there's a.
He goes, what do you think they make?
Well,
them
I got
out of? I was
served.
like, I don't know.
First of all, that's such bullshit. I was not just making up conversation because I was uncomfortable with you. That was not what that. I was served an ad for basically what looked to be an inflatable theme park that's in the town next to me, basically. And I wondered, it's not just like your traditional square bouncy house with the slide. This place has a fucking carousel with horses attached to it that are all inflatables. How do they make that shit?
You thought if it was more advanced, I might have some insight. Like, I don't know the simple.
I don't know.
I don't know the simple bounce
My
houses.
brain
but-
saw it and I wondered it and I said it. You didn't have to say anything. You were enthralled for some reason, but I guess it's no different than how they build like a fucking like a pool float. You know what I mean?
Like, or any other bounce house. Right?
Yes, any other, but I just mean like how they get like the shapes and how they're making anything, and then you just add air to it and it gets to the exact shape that you want. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here's one that's.
Are they special printers or what the fuck are they?
I don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know before the show. I don't know
So it
now.
was a decent question.
Great if
when
Mike
I
was
saw
like,
it and it hit
actually,
like,
in high school, I worked actually.
Justin, give me that
at a factory.
whiteboard.
let me show you exactly how.
These things are kind of sick though.
Well, I don't know. It looks too. There's too much going on. Like I would lose the kids in that thing, and I don't like that idea.
I had a lock-in in 8th grade. I remember. And like the entire grade would like sleep in the school.
Oh,
It was like
yes.
it was like a thing, and
Yep.
we had a couple of obstacle courses and things like that. And there was like two.
The janitor ran it. None of the teachers knew about it.
There was it was one of the inflatable ones, and there was like two things you could like race each other, but the two holes, and then it like dipped down, like where someone could like lay down and you wouldn't be able to see them. So I'm racing like my friend, and I jump in there, and there was this kid who was just laying down in the front, and I trample him. I'm a big guy, and this guy's like a super small guy, and I trample him. I'm like, buddy, what are you? I said his name. I was like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm punishing my body for my thoughts. And I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck.
Jerking off?
Yes, I think he was.
Punishing my body.
And then I was like, okay, I gotta go tell fucking T. I was like, Miss Garanon, I think
You tattled on him?
yes, because girls were like running on him and like trampling. He said he's punishing his body.
Protecting women.
Jesus.
Yes, that was me. It was very very protective.
Good
but
grief. The only other Minifan thing that I missed earlier that I wanted to. Chasing Greens had a bunch of picks. Kirk and Freddie's Birdies, I believe, are of the. How many people were on the screen that day? Five. They're the only ones who got some picks right.
it's not. They
No, Kirk and Freddie's Birdies. I'm saying I'm giving credit where it's due. Mutt, no
What's
picks right.
Justin afraid of? What's happening?
I don't know.
It's just they tried their best. It's not about the end goal. It's about having fun getting there.
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah, well, they had a good time, and to Mutt's point, he's not putting out like easy bets like sometimes you see on the internet. They're taking some shots and things like that.
Yeah, I always say it's better to lose hard bets than win easy ones.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, all right, guys, I'm good on my end. You guys good?
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right.
Bye.